Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Occult Movie Tuesdays right here on Night Owl Video. Today we're talking about this movie, Strange Invaders. Look at that cover. That is some cool artwork. I should have looked up to see who did the cover, the painting for that. It's quite cool artwork, but we're going to be talking about this movie a little bit. I really wanted to rewatch this. I did watch this several months ago, and I really can't remember a lot about it, but I just didn't get a chance to rewatch it before this review, so hopefully this will go fairly smoothly and things will come back to me. I will preface this review by saying that this movie to me wasn't very memorable, but I know lots of people love this movie, so we will talk about it. Strange Invaders is a sci-fi movie from 1983. It was directed by Michael Laughlin. Now, beyond this, he produced a lot of other stuff, but stuff that I don't know, I'm not familiar with. So this stars Paul Le Mat, who was also in American Graffiti, as well as Puppet Master, Nancy Allen, who was also in Carrie, RoboCop 1, 2, and 3, Dressed to Kill, Blowout, Poltergeist 3. Quite a resume for Nancy Allen. As well as Diana Scarwid, who was in Psycho 3, What Lies Beneath, and lots of TV appearances, I think. In What Lies Beneath, I think she was the friend of the lead actress there. I think she got like a cool car in it or something. I'm trying to remember, but the synopsis for Strange Invaders is in 1958, alien invaders abduct the residents of Centerville, Illinois, usurping the townspeople's bodies as their earthbound manifestations. Decades later, on a family visit to Centerville, New Yorker Margaret Newman, played by Diana Scarwid, mysteriously goes missing. Margaret's ex-husband, Professor Charles Bigelow, played by Paul Le Mat, suspects there is more afoot than mere foul play, and he partners with intrepid tabloid reporter Betty Walker, played by Nancy Allen, to investigate. And that's cool because it doesn't really give away a lot. Excuse me. The production notes on this film. Produced as a tribute to the sci-fi films of the 1950s, notably The Invasion of the Body Snatchers, it was intended to be the second installment in an aborted Strange trilogy, with Strange Behavior in 1981, another 1950 spoof by Laughlin, but the idea was abandoned after Invaders failed to attract a large audience. Laughlin's previous film, Strange Behavior, had been released by a small distributor, and this time around he wanted this film to be handled by a major studio. Orion Pictures liked the script and was looking for a good film at a moderate price with mainstream appeal. Doesn't that sound like a big money studio? we want a good film at a modest price with mainstream appeal. EMI ended up providing the rest of the money needed for the production. As part of the financing deal, Orion and EMI demanded several script changes, which Condon and Laughlin found difficult. The financial backers' influence reduced the film's scope. For example, in the original script, the American government was a much bigger threat, with a big sequence taking place at an Air Force base. These changes bothered Laughlin because they resulted in a lack of a well-defined middle section in the script. Orion and EMI also influenced the casting process and approved every choice Laughlin made. Condon and I keep saying Condon as if you know who that is. He's the writer, a story writer on this film. Condon and Laughlin created a visual plan in advance, and this helped them shoot the film quickly. Only 5 weeks to film this film. Laughlin was helped out by a second unit that worked on the film's visual and prosthetic effects. For the prosthetic alien effects, he hired James Cummins, a veteran of the John Carpenter film The Thing, who had his name removed from the credits after heated debates with Laughlin about the way the effects were being used and shot. Laughlin relented and allowed Cummins to reshoot a lengthy scene near the end of the film where the aliens shed their human guises as they prepare to embark on a 1950s-style spacecraft. So that would explain why I probably don't remember a lot about this movie, Strange Invaders. I think it suffered a lot, as I mentioned, suffered a lot of like studio interference, and cuts to the film made it difficult to follow. Because to me, like, I've heard a lot about this, and like even you read so much about these films, and they get so overhyped in some cases that when you finally get around to watching them, you think like, what am I missing here? This is definitely one of these ones. I've heard about this for a long time, um, and it just really didn't fly for me. The critical reception to this film, in his review for the New York Times, Vincent Canby called it, quote, a tasteful monster movie with a terrible secret. It eats other movies, unquote. Um, yeah, I mean, this would not win for originality, obviously. The film currently holds a 67% on Rotten Tomatoes. My thoughts on this film, yeah, just that very the way the film's edited together, it just doesn't have a good flow. There's aliens in this movie. You can see one there. They're quite cool looking, but they're really not in it that much until the very end when you get that scene. Um, yeah, and the cover, I mean, this cover makes it look like it would be awesome. Like at the beginning of this review, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot how cool this looks, but it just really doesn't fly. I think it was supposed to be obviously an homage to like the 50s alien invasion movies, but you're just never scared. It's hard to follow. The acting I thought I don't remember anything about the acting, like that it was great or anything. I just really don't have much to say about this film. The Trying to see on the back here, sometimes on these, now this is from the Midnight Movies collection, and I do, whenever I see these out in the wild, I grab them, because usually they're pretty cool movies. And I'm not saying this is a terrible movie, but just lower your expectations going in. I would think this would be like a really exciting Saturday afternoon matinee kind of movie, but then when you get in there, you're like, oh, I wish it was something else. I wish it was Starship Troopers. The fun facts on so they always have fun facts on the back of these DVDs. It said the producers wanted the film to be a tribute to pop sci-fi culture, and so they cast genre veterans like Kenneth Tobey from The Thing and June Lockhart from Lost in Space. When the film opened in 1983, it won 2 prizes: the Paris Sci-Fi Fantasy Film Festival, the festival special prize, and the best musical score. I guess I do kind of remember it having kind of a cool soundtrack. During filming in Claremont, Ontario, some of the townspeople were shocked when they saw an army of aliens marching down the street. So there was a scene at the end where there's like a bunch of these dudes, and they're marching down the street, and it actually is pretty creepy. But the payoff is just dreadful. You're just waiting and waiting and waiting for something to happen, and I think if this could have had some more shock in it, I think it would have been a really cool movie. I just rewatched Fire in the Sky like off topic, but that to me was like a really scary, like alien abduction kind of film. I know this really isn't well, it is an abduction film, but just doesn't have the horror elements or like the scares in it to really give you that thrill. And maybe that's part of the homage to the 50s, because a lot of those movies weren't particularly scary, but I've seen like Flying Saucers versus whatever, like they were like at least entertaining. This very bland in my books, but I know it does have its fans. The LA Herald Examiner said, laughs and chills in sci-fi satire. I think it's too much on the satire, or they were trying to work too hard on the satire and didn't focus enough on like the alien invasion sci-fi aspect to it. But not a terrible movie, not one I probably would see myself rewatching anytime soon, but maybe if I see some old 50s sci-fi movie, I'll be in the mood and just be like, oh, I'll throw this on for fun. But the special features on here are an audio commentary with director Michael Laughlin and writer William Condon, as well as the original theatrical trailer. This film runs 1 hour, 33 minutes. Thank God for that. It's color from 1983. This is a Region 1 DVD. It's rated PG in Canada, so clearly it's not, don't go into this expecting John Carpenter's The Thing. This is going to be more on par with like, I don't know, something not so shocking. This is presented in widescreen 16:9 aspect ratio. The DVD, like I said, is from the Midnight Movies collection. I always grab these whenever I see them out in the wild because, like I said earlier, usually they're pretty cool. Nothing going on the inside there. But, yeah, it's okay. I don't know. I probably won't even keep this in my collection. Or maybe I'll keep it in my Midnight Movies collection for a while, but I really don't see myself revisiting this. I thought it was very bland. I do have this on VHS as well. Actually, the VHS has this cover on it, which is far less exciting than this one. But don't see this cover and think you're going to see Predator or The Thing or something. This is definitely not that. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on this film. Yeah. You can currently watch this in Canada as of the recording of this video for free on YouTube, but it does have subtitles like hardwired into the video. I think it's like Spanish subtitles or something, but you can watch the movie for free if you're so inclined. I didn't see it streaming anywhere else, so I don't know. I think this is one of those movies that's just kind of lost to time, as they say. That's my thoughts on Strange Invaders. What did you think of this movie? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Leave your comments below. I would recommend this to people who like 50s alien invasion movies. But like I said, it's almost more of a drama than like a thriller. I am going to review Fire in the Sky down the road. Now that movie was crazy, and I totally forgot how scary that movie is. But for now, yeah, that's all I have to say about this movie. Not a big fan, but leave your comments below. Let me know what you thought of it, because I know it does have its fan base. That's it for today on Cult Movie Tuesdays. I hope you enjoyed my thoughts and research on Strange Invaders. Consider giving me the thumbs up if you like this review. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. I'm at, as of the recording of this video, at about 460 subscribers. So thank you to everybody who's recently subscribed, because honestly, it seems like I just passed my 400 subscriber mark and I'm already well on my way to 500. So thank you to everybody who's decided to follow along and comment and a thumbs up and all that stuff. I so appreciate your support. And every time I get a new subscriber, I'm so excited. So thank you again for following along. Yesterday on Mainstream Mondays, I did a Death Sentence with Kevin Bacon, so be sure to go back and check that out if you like vigilante movies. And this coming Friday, I'm talking for the first time about the sequel to one of my favorite horror movies, The Descent. I'm going to be reviewing Descent Part 2 on Fright Fridays this Friday, so be sure to check that out. It is Easter weekend coming up, but I will have new content I'm hoping for you next week. But until next time, I will see you at the video store or at the thrift store or just out and about somewhere, but hopefully not being chased down a 1950s street by weird latex-headed aliens. Until next time, take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video.